How's it going, everyone? Austin Honecker here. I just wanted to come on here for a while and give my review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage from 10 nights ago, which was January 6th, 2022. I gotta say, it was awesome from start to finish. For the matches, match 1, it was the Blackpool Combat Club, which are Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley, versus Top Flight, which are Dante and Darius Martin. That was a great match, but the ending to it, the Blackpool Combat Club went over because Bryan Danielson made Darius Martin pass out to the Regal Stretch. Now, before the match, Top Flight, which are Dante and Darius Martin, attacked the Blackpool Combat Club, which are Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley, before the match started, and beat the shit out of them before the match started and everything. That was cool. That was before the match, by the way. Match 2, it was Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter versus the Renegades, which are Charlotte and Robin Renegade. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter went over cause Britt Baker pinned Charlotte Renegade with the curb stomp. Now, before the match, the Renegades... Now, before the match, Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter attacked the Renegades, which are Charlotte and Robin Renegade, and beat the shit out of them before the match started and everything. That was cool. That was before the match, by the way. Match 3, it was Preston Vance versus Sonico. That was a squash match, but the ending to it, Preston Vance went over with the discus clothesline. Now, after the match, Preston Vance and Jose the assistant ripped Sonico's mask off of his face, and then Preston Vance and Jose the assistant dragged Sonico backstage and everything. That was cool. That was after the match, by the way. And match 4, which was the main event, it was Darby Allin versus Mike Bennett for the AEW TNT title. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Darby Allin went over and retained the AEW TNT title with the coffin drop. That was match 4 and the main event, by the way. Now, besides the matches, Hangman Page cut a promo talking about how he's medically cleared to compete against Jon Moxley and how he was going to beat the shit out of Jon Moxley and everything. That was cool. The House of Black, which are Malachi Black, Brody King, Buddy Matthews, and Julia Hart, cut a promo. Well, Malachi Black was talking about how Eddie Kingston used to be a sadistic son of a bitch and would fight in the streets and everything, and talked about how he missed that Eddie Kingston and how he's not the same Eddie Kingston as he was and everything. And then Brody King was talking about how Eddie Kingston was going to get demolished and everything. And then that was Brody King that said that, by the way. And Buddy Matthews was talking about how Eddie Kingston was a sick man. And then Julia Hart was talking about how the House of Black can help Eddie Kingston and everything. That was cool. Renee Paquette interviewed Darby Allin. Well, Renee Paquette brought up about Darby Allin regaining the AEW TNT title in his hometown of Seattle, Washington and everything, and asked him how he was feeling and everything. And before Darby Allin could speak, the Kingdom, which are Mike Bennett, Matt Taven, and Maria Kanellis, appeared, and Mike Bennett was sarcastically mocking Darby Allin and everything, and then Mike Bennett wanted a shot at the AEW TNT title, and Darby Allin gave Mike Bennett a shot at the AEW TNT title on Rampage and everything. That was cool. And Mark Henry interviewed the Kingdom. Excuse me. And Mark Henry interviewed Mike Bennett along with Matt Taven and Maria Kanellis and Darby Allin. Well, Mark Henry brought up about Darby Allin going through a war with Samoa Joe and getting his AEW TNT title back and everything, and talked about and asked why he's fighting Mike Bennett just 48 hours later and everything. And Mike Bennett was talking about how Darby Allin was a cosplay emo kid, and talking about how Mike Bennett himself has been through a lot in the past and everything. And then Darby Allin was talking about how his past don't matter and Mike Bennett's past don't matter, and talked about how he was going to destroy Mike Bennett and retain the AEW TNT title and everything. And then Mark Henry said his signature line, "Well, looks like there's been enough talk. It's time for the main event," and everything. That was cool. Now, besides all that, Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and Chris Jericho done commentary throughout the whole show. They done awesome as usual. And the referees for the event were Rick Knox, Paul Turner, Bryce Remsburg, and Aubrey Edwards. Okay. Aubrey Edwards refereed the match between the Blackpool Combat Club versus Top Flight. Paul Turner refereed the match between Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter versus the Renegades. Rick Knox refereed the match between Preston Vance versus Sonico. And Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between Darby Allin versus Mike Bennett for the AEW TNT title. All the referees done awesome as usual. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here for a while and give them a review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage from 10 nights ago, which was January 6th, 2022. Like I said, it was awesome from start to finish. And with that being said, my name is Austin Honecker, and I will catch your goddamn motherfucking ass down the goddamn motherfucking road. Peace the fuck out.